Obviously, we don't have time to go through all 12 targets, although I wish we did, but let's chat about a couple of them. And one, I think that many families have gotten really familiar with over the last year is the Google product Chromebooks. Why is Chromebooks on the Dirty Dozen list?
Yes, this one also holds particular interest for me as a parent of four children, whom are in the public schools and have school issued Chromebooks. So Chromebooks are extremely popular, and even prior to the pandemic, about 40 million students and teachers were using Chromebooks worldwide. And we know that in 2020, shipments of Chromebooks doubled.
Wow.
And again, even prior to the pandemic, unfortunately, we know of countless cases of children being exposed to harmful material, hardcore pornography through school issued Chromebooks, and even being accessed themselves by predators.
Mm.
And Google, we've been meeting for Google for several years. They've been telling us that they will make Chromebooks safer, but they continue to refuse to turn on safety features. So, I got my kids' Chromebooks. It took hours to figure out what settings to turn on, what did the school lockdown, if anything, hours and 30 steps later, I still wasn't sure if these Chromebooks were safe when Google could proactively just turn on the safety features. So, Alphabet, trillion-dollar tech company is placing the burden on the parents and on schools to keep their kids safe when, again, they could very easily just turn on these safety controls on the devices that they know have harmed children, and which I think is especially egregious during COVID when we knew and we were hearing from the FBI, we were hearing from Interpol that the risk of children being exposed to predators online was growing and in fact became a reality. So again, it's like Google could have done something and chose not to.
I remember one aspect of the Dirty Dozen list that most people don't get to see is that sometimes we're actually meeting with these companies and developing relationships and having conversations about, the requests that we have, improvements that need to be made. We often try to bring survivors to these kinds of meetings as well. And I know we were talking to Google, like you said, about the problem with Chromebooks back in spring of 2019 at the latest.